Hello everyone, so this is my first video and it is a planner video, and I'm filming this in my living room because this is where we have the most natural light in the house right now. We might be joined by my kitten, who I'm trying to keep away, but he's insisting on being a part. I just wanted to show this planner that it's kind of like a DIY planner. Like, I didn't make the inserts or anything, but a lot of it is stuff that I kind of had to finagle into a planner, I'll say. This is my business planner for my Mary Kay business. This is very recent. I just started using this about mid-February. I was in a completely different planner in January that I bought from a planner company that makes date books customized towards Mary Kay consultants. And the only issue that I had with it was just very, very big, and it was really hard to walk around with and clunk around all over the world, and it was just so cumbersome. So I needed to find something that was just a little bit smaller and easier for me to carry around. Currently, what I do is I carry it in this purse. It also has my Filofax original A5 size. And my cat is in the video, guys, sorry. And I can fit this right in next to it. I'm doing this one-handed, so I can fit it right in next to it. I don't always put everything inside this bag. It's usually just the bag that holds my planners, but today I had a lot to do. I didn't want both my purses with me, so I was actually able to fit the entire contents of my purse, which isn't much. It's just this little wristlet that's back here, a makeup compact, a little notepad, and some perfume. That's all that goes into it. Sorry about my cat. So there'll be a different video on this later. So that's how I carry them around if I need to. Usually I don't take both my planners with me, so a lot of times I just take my very small crossbody purse, and then this will just be in my car, or I'll take it with me into a store or an appointment or whatever the case may be. So let's get into it. This binder is from the company Studio C. Previously, how I got started with this planner when I first started figuring out how to put it together and make it meet my needs, I was in this binder from Avery. This one I got from Walmart. I want to say it was like $10. That could be more than what it was. I could be totally lying to you, but I have tried to find this in other stores and I haven't exactly found the Avery brand one. So I think Walmart, at least where I am in Fayetteville, North Carolina, is the only place where I can find it. And it's a 1-inch ring. Right now it just holds extra papers. There was nothing wrong with this. It came with a pen loop. This one doesn't have a pen loop. The only thing that was wrong with it was that I didn't like the color. I didn't like this cover. It was a little too busy for me personally. It just wasn't clean enough for something that I would be taking with me into business meetings and to appointments. So that's that. So I went to Staples and tried to find an alternative, and this was the binder that I chose. It's pink and white. This design is a lot more simple for me, and this is just a little bit more clean, and I like this better. So now we are going to get into the content. Okay, so getting inside, when you open it up, there's a pocket here, and I just have some, I think these are Avery. These are just some Avery color coding stickers. And I'll show you how I use those in a moment. And then just some papers that I just kind of keep in here. There's things that I need to reference in the back. There's another one. These are some old inserts. These are some inserts from the old planner that I was using. And it's just the 2016 Year at a Glance. It has some information on the back of it that I needed to have on hand in this planner, and also some notes from a conference call where some beautiful national sales directors were giving us some great lessons. So the first thing that you see when you open up my planner is this. This thing right here is really a cover from a Vera Bradley notebook that I cut the edges off. Hey, honey. I cut the edges off and made it fit into the loose leaf like sleeve pocket. And basically I just wanted something really sturdy as kind of like a dashboard, but more as something that when I open this up, when I'm writing, that I have like a really hard surface, because it's hard because I have these post-it notes here and these little stickers and stuff. So it just makes it hard to write. So that's the purpose that serves. And then right here, these are Flavia day timer inserts. I got these at Staples. They were like $15, which was kind of annoying, but they work really well. I don't decorate or anything like that, so these being colorful is kind of like fulfilling that need to have some type of color on my paper. But these are just the monthly inserts. So I got this in mid-February, so like my January is pretty blank. I just filled in like that I had meetings and that I went to our January Jumpstart, that PCP happened, and that I registered for our career conference. And then when you hop into February, it's a lot more busy. So that's the month. Now everything else is pretty much hand done. All these tabs are from Avery. I got these at Staples I got these at Walmart, but I know they have them at Staples. These are post-it note sticky tabs that I just wrote on with this Fisher Space Pen because it writes on any surface. And so I like to use this pen to write on tabs and things like that. And I just wrote faces because our goal is to give 30 free facials in 30 days every single month. So this is where I keep track of that, and I just most of these are blank spreads, but I keep track of that, and I just write 30 faces in 30 days and count it down and write it on the back. And if I do more, there's room for more. If I need to write notes, there's room for notes. And that's how that thing works. And I have enough papers in here to cover about 12 to 14 months. Then it's team. So how team works is I just have the name of the month. These are goals that I'm trying to get towards every single month. So I write out that I want 5 new team members, and I would write their names if and when I got them, who my 5 new senior consultants each month would be, who my 5 qualified unit members would be each month, who my new team leader is that month, and then I have 10 new unit members. And then this is for consultants that are on my team. When they do practice interviews with me or with my director, I would write down the consultant's name and who it was that they did the practice interview with. This is my little Mary Kay concierge right here. So that's the team section of my planner. Then we get into my dailies. Let me find a blank one. Ooh. Okay, so this one isn't blank. And there's people's names on here that I don't want to show. And I don't have a new blank one written up. That's bad preparation on my part. But so basically how this works is it's just the date of the day, my top 6 things that I want to get done that day, the people who I want to follow up, call, whatever new leads that I have, I write them down here. And then on the back of my page, whatever consultants that are on my team that I want to call and speak to that day, they get written down here. If there are any interviews that I need to do for a consultant or for myself, that gets written down here. And then I have notes for anything that I need to write a note on for that day that's specific to that day. Now there's a whole notes section here, and usually this is kind of like a catch-all. So here's like some just things of me. Let me get this out of the way because that's somebody's personal information. These are just things of like me pricing out certain bundles when I'm trying to think about sales to come up with. And I'm just, you know, just doodling and writing out things, certain ideas that come to my head. This is just some stuff about subscriptions, my QuickBooks, which is what I use for keeping track of all my business expenses, and sorry, my cats are fighting, all my tax information, all of that. That's I just randomly wrote that down. I had some goals on here. My personal website sale for February notes are in here. It's random notes about a trip my husband and I want to take, which shouldn't be in here. Things that I want to order. Some stuff from weddings.com. It's just random notes in here. I was thinking about keeping meeting notes in here, but I actually have a whole separate notebook that I use to keep meeting notes. And maybe once that notebook is filled up, then I would move into keeping meeting notes in here. But right now, this kind of serves the purpose of a catch-all. And then we have our tracker. And in our tracker is where I track all of my daily retail sales. So I have March already written out because I'm getting ready for March and March Madness. So I write down 1 through 31 because there's 31 days in the month of March. And every day that I sell something, at the end of the day, I write down how much it is in retail value that I sold, how much it is in wholesale value that I sold. At the end of the month, that gets tallied up, and that's just for my personal peace of mind, so that I can keep track of how much production I'm moving. And then at the back is the other half of that Vera Bradley notebook. Now, what I forgot to mention was all these pages came from Avery. So these are, you can buy these in Avery. I got them at Walmart. The bookmarks are, I believe, Avery as well. I bought them at Staples. The sheet protectors, Avery, and I got those at Walmart, but I do know they're available at Staples. And where my note pages came from, this is the content of the Vera Bradley notebook that I cut up. I took out the spirals, tore off the perforated edges, and they were 3-hole punched already in the notebook. They fit in perfect. It was the most easiest DIY project ever. So pretty much this whole planner, everything in here is just things that I write in by hand. And it just works out better for me because the size is what I need, and it just serves a really great purpose. It's almost, I want to say this is like an A5 size. This is, but it's not like an A5 size when you see my Filofax original. Like, let me see. Ugh. When you put them together, you see how there's like some, just a teeny bit, just a little bit of hang time here. And then this is just like maybe a couple centimeters taller. But do you see the inserts inside of this planner, how they are further down than the actual top of the planner is? There's about a good 1/2 inch of leather covering these inserts. Whereas in my handmade planner, there really isn't. There's a couple centimeters, but this is like true to size. It just covers enough of the A5 size paper to keep it protected. And I feel like an original Filofax, or maybe even a KikkiK or Carpe Diem or any of those other A5 size plans, come out so much further than the actual paper does. And it's not really that big of a deal, but it still makes this a smaller size binder, which makes it easier for me to carry this around on a day-to-day basis. So that is my Mary Kay business planner. That is like my quote-unquote DIY planner. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.